A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant diplomatic encounter, Russian President Vladimir Putin met with senior U.S. officials in Moscow to discuss the ongoing war in Ukraine, but no compromise was reached on the critical issue of territorial control. The meeting, which lasted almost 5 hours, included U.S. President Donald Trump's special envoy, Steve Witkoff, and his son-in-law, Jared Kushner. Despite the lengthy discussions, Kremlin aide Yuri Ushakov stated that while some American solutions could be considered, a solid agreement remains elusive. Ushakov characterized the talks as very useful and constructive, yet he underscored the extensive work that lies ahead for both Washington and Moscow. The U.S. delegation arrived in Moscow with an updated peace plan, following the backlash against an earlier 28-point draft that Ukraine and its allies deemed too favorable to Russia. The Kremlin has condemned Ukraine's counterproposal, with Putin labeling it unacceptable. During the meeting, Putin delivered a fiery speech at an investment forum, asserting that Russia is prepared to escalate its military actions against Ukraine and its European allies. He accused them of obstructing the peace process, claiming that their demands were unacceptable to Russia. In response, Ukrainian Foreign Minister Andriy Sybiha commented that Putin's rhetoric clearly indicated a lack of desire to end the conflict, noting that the Russian leader was ready to fight through the winter while threatening maritime operations. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky expressed concern over the potential waning interest of U.S. allies in the peace process, stating that it is Russia's goal to diminish American engagement in the conflict. Trump acknowledged the difficulty of the negotiations, describing the situation as a mess and highlighting the significant casualties caused by the war. Witkoff and Kushner may meet with the Ukrainian delegation soon, possibly in Brussels, as diplomatic efforts intensify. Amidst these discussions, Russia claimed to have seized control of Pokrovsk, a city in Ukraine's Donbass region, although Kyiv has denied this development, suggesting that Russia is attempting to create the perception of an unstoppable advance. The ongoing war has seen Russian forces gain control of over 19% of Ukraine, with recent reports indicating a quicker pace of Russian military advancements. The leaked U.S. peace proposal included demands from Russia for a cap on the Ukrainian army and recognition of Moscow's presence in certain Ukrainian regions, which Ukraine has dismissed as tantamount to capitulation. Zelensky emphasized that protecting Ukraine's territorial integrity is a paramount challenge in the negotiations. In related news, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio reported some progress in the Moscow talks, while Belgian Foreign Minister Maxime Prévost raised concerns about using frozen Russian assets to fund Ukraine. Canada and Germany announced additional military support for Ukraine ahead of a NATO meeting, and French President Emmanuel Macron is set to engage with Chinese leaders to discuss the situation in Ukraine. As the war continues, EU lawmakers have reached an agreement to ban all imports of Russian gas by 2027, reflecting the ongoing geopolitical tensions surrounding the conflict. The road to peace remains fraught with challenges, but the diplomatic dialogue is set to continue as both sides seek a resolution to this protracted conflict. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.